This has been a really busy week for me between paid shoots and social activities. So I decided to bring my Fuji X100V with me to shoot the in-between moments and behind the scenes. I've had this camera for a year and a half, maybe 2, and I've been using the same 7 recipes ever since I got it. This week I found a brand new recipe and shot an only JPEG for the entire week. I don't remember how I came across this recipe, but it's from a guy named Eddy Maynard. I briefly looked through the images that he was getting through his recipe, and I thought this would be the perfect one. My week started by going over to my friend Maria's house. She's been cooking and taking photos of her food for years now, and has created an incredible online audience that loves her stuff. For the past little bit, I've been helping her with some videos to help showcase her stuff in a completely different way. This week in particular, we were trying to mix stuff up and shoot some stuff just on the iPhone. When I wasn't shooting or sampling the food that she had, I was trying to take a couple photos with the Fuji. What's really nice about her home is that she's designed it to look beautiful so that any angle can be photographed. She has some really great natural light where she does her cooking, and that's where I took most of these photos. The majority of this day, I was preoccupied with my job, shooting on my iPhone, and it was kind of tough to remember to take photos on the Fuji. I think the photos from this day turned out pretty good, but I think that's largely because Maria styled the food nicely and the light in her place was pretty great. There was a couple other opportunities to shoot food throughout the week. Another job I had was shooting food in this restaurant. I'm not sure how I keep getting all these restaurant and food jobs, but I actually really enjoy it. I get the opportunity to shoot different people in different lighting conditions, in different environments, and I find it as a nice challenge. On this particular day of shooting, I was also preoccupied with the job I was being paid to do. That's okay, I was hired to do this job. My project should take a backseat, but I still got a few photos out of it. For this day, I got to shoot at a more formal dining restaurant, as well as a small coffee shop, neither of which I had been to, and I might actually go back to these places. One of the reasons that I was attracted to Eddy's recipe is that the images had a nice warmer tone to them. With it being the beginning of summer, I thought it was a great idea to convey the warmth of summer through the images that I was taking, if possible. This week was also the start of the Calgary Stampede. In the past, somehow I get wrapped up in creating these strange little personal projects. I have some fun side Instagram accounts that document certain parts of my life. You may remember the Last of Us videos that I created. And this week, I'm documenting myself eating pancake breakfast for the 100-year anniversary of the pancake breakfast.
Howdy Calgary, I'm eating pancake breakfast each day of Stampede, and today is day 3. Today, I'm trying a completely new experience, an adults-only pancake breakfast.
This meant that I got to travel around the city a little bit and eat a lot of breakfast for free, and in turn, got a lot of photos and videos of my pancakes. And I'll tell you right now, not all pancakes are equal. You're gonna have to watch the series to see more. I know one of the draws to this camera is that you can take photos that look just like film stock without even needing to edit them. And I'm no different. I love that about this camera. My weeks are busy enough with taking videos and shooting photos for clients that I don't need another project on my plate that's taking up my time. So having a camera like this that doesn't require editing feels like a great addition to my life. In addition to the Stampede breakfast that I was attending, I also got to go to a couple concerts. And in this case, I got to shoot them with my friend Oliver. Oliver is a master at creating music videos. And anytime he invites me to something, I love joining because it's a blast. He's in the middle of shooting a music video for a musician named Cole Bradley, and we needed some live footage to go in the video. One, two, three. Over the course of 2 nights, we got to go backstage and front row at his concerts to shoot some live footage. The whole experience was incredible. I love being in high energy situations like this, and I'm pretty happy with the shots that I got from here. I think so far in the week, some of these photos were my stronger ones, but I think that also has to do with having more time than some of the other days. We were at these concerts for the entire hour, and we really needed to capture only one song, and that left us time to play around and get additional footage, or in my case, photos. I had the opportunity to shoot a couple things backstage and experiment with the flash and with slow shutter. I'm gonna have to work on that because I'm really not the best at that, but it was fun to experiment with. All in all, a really fun event. I really hope I get to capture some more concerts in the future. While shooting the concerts, I had the camera strapped across me with a small camera strap like this. And that was great because I barely felt that the camera was there. And anytime I needed it, it was at arm's reach. It's one thing to have a 2 or 3 pound camera strapped to you. You notice it, it gets in your way, it's annoying. But a small camera like this is great because it's there when you need it and you forget about it when you don't need it. The final planned shoot that I had for the week was at Spruce Meadows. Spruce Meadows is an equestrian facility south of Calgary, which is one of the biggest equestrian facilities in the world. I honestly don't know a ton about equestrian, but after spending a few days there, I could see what's enjoyable about it. It's actually a great time to go watch and even more fun to photograph. My friend Kaylin does some shooting for them and invited me to come help out. So we've been shooting there for a couple days this month and capturing the social media content for them. For the previous days that we've been shooting at Spruce Meadows, we've been using a lot longer lenses, primarily the 150 to 500. Is that the lens? Let me look. Yeah, that's what it's called. Look how big this thing is. Strapped to a camera, it's even bigger. But anyways, we've got some fun stuff using those lenses. So having the small Fuji with a 35mm lens was a completely different experience. I didn't get a lot here from the Fuji, and I think that's for two reasons. One, because I was doing a job and my mind was set on that job. And two, the focal length on the Fuji was not able to capture what I had in my head. It was just an interesting experience, switching my mindset from long focal length to really short focal length, back and forth. And the photos that I got, I don't think were that strong. Again, which is fine, because the ones I gave to the client, they're happy with. Along with all of these paid shoots, I tried to bring the camera to as many other activities as I could. My wife and I had an anniversary dinner this week, and we had some incredible sushi, and I did bring the camera, even though it interrupted our meal a couple times, but I think I got some fun stuff. One day, I went out and got matcha from my friend Sayana. I think matcha tastes like dirt, but the way Sayana makes it is unbelievable. If you're in Calgary, you're gonna have to check her out. I got to attend a pizza party in the backyard of my favorite coffee shop. Also, unbelievable pizza. My friends are so talented. Big Kid Pizza, check them out. I took my camera on a couple of the walks that I had this week. And I did get to visit the Stampede and tested out the Flash, because we went in the evening. And I think I got some fun stuff. So prior to this week, I thought I was the master of multitasking. And after this week, I don't think I did the best job of capturing the in-between or behind-the-scenes moments with this camera. If I had to pick a reason why this is, I think because the Fuji was my second priority to everything this week. I'm proud to say that everything that was my first priority this week, I'm happy with. Spruce Meadows, the concert, the pancakes, the food, I'm happy with them all. But for myself, this is a great reminder that it's not easy to mentally switch gears and expect the results to be amazing every time. I think it's a skill that can be learned and perfected, but it's one that I'm still learning. Picking up a camera and shooting what's in front of you does not always result in the best images. Having a camera in your hand and searching and waiting for the right image is going to have better results. Regardless of the composition or the subject of these photos, I thought that the recipe that Eddy created was great. I believe his recipe is made for outdoors on sunny days. You can see that there's a lot of blue skies and everything's primarily outdoors. I didn't follow this at all and shot everything with it, but I am attracted to the way the tones came out and even the colors. And I can see myself continuing using this recipe moving on. Thank you, Eddy. If you don't know who this Eddy dude is, go check out his channel, say hi, tell him I sent you. Eddy, thanks for making an awesome recipe. Side note, I saw that Matty Hapoya also just made his own recipe, and I'm thinking of trying that one as well. Maybe I should make a video about my experience with that recipe. Thanks for sticking around and hearing about my busy week. I actually did get to make it to Stampede and shot some really fun photos. If you want to see that video, you can find it on the screen here.